Humans depend on energy. Everything we use in our daily life requires some form of energy or electricity. For example, when we want to send an email to a friend, our computer needs electricity to operate. Most of the electricity we use in our daily life comes from fossil fuels. These fossil fuels can meet our energy demands, but they have setbacks. One setback is that fossil fuels are not abundant. They don't last forever. Coal is expected to last another 100 years, while oil is expected to last another 50 years. Another setback is that these fossil fuels aren't clean, and they harm the environment. When coal is burned, gases like sulfur oxide are released into the air, which can ruin the air quality. Because of these setbacks, another energy source that is clean, reliable, and efficient is needed, and we believe nuclear is a viable option. So now, let's talk about what nuclear energy is. Nuclear energy is the energy released in a process called fission. Fission is when an atom breaks apart into multiple atoms. In a nuclear reactor, a neutron is shot at a uranium atom, which is the fuel for nuclear energy. When the neutron hits the uranium atom, the atom splits into smaller atoms and neutrons. The neutrons from the split uranium atom then go on to other uranium atoms, and create a chain reaction. When a neutron first hits a uranium atom, the uranium atom splits and also releases heat as a form of energy. This heat then turns water into steam, and the steam then spins a turbine and generates electricity. And this is the same electricity we use in our daily lives. Now let's talk about the benefits of nuclear energy.
Nuclear energy have multiple benefits. One of them include how clean it is. It produces no harmful greenhouse gas, and only water vapor is released into the air as a byproduct. Compared to other energy plants, for example, a coal factory, it is significantly less harmful to the air and the environment, thus prevent ground level ozone and acid rain from forming. That's why it has one of the lowest impact on the environment. Nuclear power plants can also coexist with nearby wildlife and allow them to thrive, even when the plant is active. Another benefit for nuclear energy is efficiency. It's capable of producing huge amounts of electricity in a relatively small area. In comparison, solar, hydro, and wind power require a lot more space to operate. The following are some examples. This is a solar farm, and this is a hydro power plant. And finally, this is a wind farm. A 1000 megawatt nuclear plant can provide the same amount of energy as a 35,000 acres of solar farm and a 150,000 acres of wind farm. As you can see, the comparison is great. Nuclear power plant require way less space to produce the same amount of energy as some of these alternative sources. The final benefit of nuclear power is reliability. Its abundant fuel source, which is mostly uranium, is common as tin. Its reasonable cost and stable production of energy make it a very reliable option and a very strong future candidate to replace fossil fuel. 20% of the electricity generated in the United States is provided through nuclear power plants. The power plants standing today can still last an estimated of 50 to 70 years before they retire. Each of those power plants can run 540 days before the need to shut down and refuel. As of today, the world needs nuclear power, and if it was taken away, major parts of the planet will be facing energy crisis. Some may argue that nuclear power plants are dangerous and a threat to the society. Incidents like Chernobyl and Fukushima strike fear in the heart of. However, Chernobyl is caused by the lack of safety precautions, and Fukushima is caused by the uncontrollable force of nature. That's why they shouldn't be the reason that all the nuclear power plants in the world have to be shut down. With good safety precautions and measurements, and a safe location for the power plant, nuclear energy will be a great benefit to the human society. Overall, nuclear energy comes with great rewards and small risk with enough care and precaution. It provides a large amount of energy, and unlike fossil fuel and other alternative methods, is environmentally friendly. It also requires little space compared to other methods to provide the same amount of energy. That's why we support the research of nuclear energy. We believe a way can be found that to make the nuclear energy more efficient than it already is. This is the end of our presentation. We thank you for your time and patience.